In the grand theater of history, some figures stand out not just for their power, but for the profound personal sacrifices they made to wield it. Today, we're delving into the heart of one of history's most iconic rulers, Queen Elizabeth I. We all know her as the Virgin Queen. The formidable monarch who ruled England for over 4 decades, but what about the woman behind the crown? What about the love she gave up and the choices that defined her reign and her life? This is the story of a queen who, faced with the ultimate choice between love and power, chose her kingdom. Elizabeth's early life was anything but a fairy tale. Born to King Henry VIII and his second wife, Anne Boleyn, her world was turned upside down when she was just 2 years old. Her mother was executed on charges of treason, and Elizabeth was declared illegitimate. Imagine that. One day you're a princess, the next you're stripped of your title and your place in the line of succession. She spent her childhood navigating a treacherous court, watching her half-siblings, Edward and Mary, take the throne before her. This wasn't just political maneuvering. It was a school of survival. She learned to be shrewd, cautious, and incredibly self-reliant. These early years of uncertainty and danger forged the iron will that would later define her reign. She witnessed firsthand how love, marriage, and passion could lead to downfall and death. This lesson was etched into her very soul. When Elizabeth finally ascended to the throne in 1558, England was in turmoil. The country was divided by religious conflict, financially unstable, and threatened by powerful European rivals like Spain and France. The English Parliament and her own council were desperate for her to marry. To them, a king was necessary to secure the Tudor dynasty and provide stability. A female ruler was seen as weak, and a husband was the obvious solution. The pressure was immense. Suitors from all over Europe came knocking. Philip II of Spain, Archduke Charles of Austria, the French Duke of Anjou. Each proposal was a political landmine. Marrying a Catholic could reignite religious strife. Marrying a foreign prince could subject England to foreign influence. Elizabeth played a masterful game of diplomatic cat-and-mouse, entertaining proposals for years, using the prospect of her hand in marriage as a powerful bargaining chip without ever committing. She was buying time, not looking for a husband. But amidst all this political maneuvering, there was one man who genuinely captured her heart, Robert Dudley. The Earl of Leicester. They had known each other since childhood, having been imprisoned in the Tower of London at the same time. Their bond was deep, personal, and undeniable. He was her master of the horse, a position that kept him constantly by her side. They rode together, danced together, and shared a connection that set the entire court buzzing with gossip. Dudley was dashing, ambitious, and utterly devoted to her. He was, by all accounts, the love of her life. So why didn't she marry him? The path was fraught with peril. For one, Dudley was already married. His wife, Amy Robsart, lived away from court. Then, in 1560, a scandal erupted that would seal their fate. Amy was found dead at the bottom of a staircase with a broken neck. While the official inquest ruled her death an accident, rumors flew. Did Dudley arrange his wife's death to be free to marry the Queen? Was Elizabeth involved? The scandal was a political nightmare. Marrying Dudley under such a dark cloud would have been catastrophic for her reputation and her hold on the throne. It would have confirmed everyone's worst fears about a woman ruled by passion. Elizabeth, ever the pragmatist, knew this. Marrying for love, especially a love so tarnished by scandal, was a risk she couldn't afford to take. It would have jeopardized everything she had fought for. The decision must have been agonizing. Here was the man she loved, the one person she could truly be herself with. Yet to choose him would be to choose personal happiness over her duty to her country. In that moment of decision, Elizabeth the woman stepped back, and Elizabeth the Queen stepped forward. She chose England, she chose power. She chose stability for her people over the desires of her own heart. She and Dudley remained incredibly close for the rest of his life. He was her eyes, her trusted advisor, her dearest friend. But he was never her husband. The dream of a life together died with Amy Robsart. This was a pattern that would repeat itself. Years later, another suitor, Francis, Duke of Anjou, the younger brother of the King of France, almost won her hand. He was young, charming, and Elizabeth, then in her 40s, seemed genuinely fond of him, affectionately calling him her frog. A marriage alliance with France seemed politically advantageous. For a moment it looked like she might finally say yes. The court was in a frenzy, wedding preparations were discussed. But once again, public opinion and political reality intervened. The English people were vehemently against a French Catholic king. There were protests, and her trusted advisers warned of rebellion. Faced with the choice of a potential late-in-life romance and the stability of her realm, Elizabeth once again made the same heartbreaking choice. She sent her frog away, and with him any remaining possibility of marriage and children. So Elizabeth forged a new identity. If she couldn't be a wife, she would be something more. She crafted the powerful image of the Virgin Queen, a monarch married not to a man, but to her kingdom and her people. In a famous speech, she declared, "I have already joined myself in marriage to a husband, namely the Kingdom of England." This wasn't just clever PR. It was her reality. She poured all the passion, devotion, and energy she might have given a husband and family into governing. She became a mother to her people, a symbol of national unity and strength. By remaining unmarried, she kept her power absolute. No husband could claim authority over her. No foreign prince could influence her decisions. She was beholden to no one but herself and her God. Her decision had profound consequences. It allowed her to navigate the treacherous waters of European politics with unmatched autonomy. It solidified her authority at home and fostered a golden age of culture, exploration, and national pride. The Elizabethan era, we remember the defeat of the Spanish Armada, the plays of William Shakespeare, the voyages of Sir Francis Drake. All of this flourished under her singular, unwavering leadership. But we must also remember the personal cost. She lived a life of immense loneliness. While surrounded by courtiers, she had no equal, no partner to share the immense burden of the crown. As she grew older, the succession became a looming crisis, the great matter she had so long avoided by not having an heir of her own body. In the end, Elizabeth's story is a powerful, poignant, and deeply human tragedy. It's the story of a woman who was forced to choose between two fundamental parts of human existence, love and duty. She chose duty. She sacrificed personal happiness for political greatness, and in doing so, became one of the most successful monarchs in history. Her legacy is a testament to her strength, her intelligence, and her incredible sacrifice. She proved that a woman could rule, and rule brilliantly on her own terms. She may have been the Virgin Queen, but she was also the queen who loved her country more than any man,